Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Boa tarde. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. I think you need to go with English. I don't know what boa tarde is. I'm gonna announce this on the Blazon Stone page now, so maybe there's gonna be a bit more people here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Just starting out. Joel Kyoto is back from yesterday. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Boa tarde. Okay. Good afternoon. Yes. Thank you. Well, then I need to... I'm just gonna announce this on Facebook right now so I can... Channel. There. Then I guess people can start arriving. The microphone isn't picking up when you speak every time. Yeah, okay. I guess it's just a little bit misplaced. No, the thing is that I have a gate on the microphone because I don't want it to be audible when I'm playing guitar, so it doesn't pick up all the like this. I don't want it to pick up that. The idea is that it's supposed to take up when I'm speaking, but not when I'm playing. Let's see if it works. Speaking. I'm gonna stand up for this. I'm going to stand up for this stream. I will adjust the camera a little bit as well, and the microphone placement, like that. More volume, maybe. A bit more volume, yes, but we don't want it to be like feedback or something. Now I cannot see the chat from here. Rock on, says Jocke Martila. Okay, so there's a problem right now with... it's working perfectly now. Okay, yeah, thank you. There's a problem right now with my camera picks up this ratio. So there's a black, like, there's a black border on one side, but my camera doesn't really do any wider, what do you call it? Maybe I can change the ratio or something, but let's just keep it simple now. But I will wait a little bit because the stream is supposed to start at 8. So I'm not gonna start doing anything like anything real before 8. And when I see that there is a few people around, I cannot see in my software in OBS. I cannot see how many people are there. So I guess I go to YouTube. I'm not sure if I actually posted anything. Let's see. Yeah, it's out. All right. I have 4 people around at the moment. I'm gonna wait until maybe there's 10 or something. If I have a warm-up routine, well, I usually play this. I usually go for this. And also just like yesterday, I sometimes play this on it. And also, you will notice that I'm often, if I'm just, I often do this as well. I can do that all over again. there's that. Yeah, we have 8 viewers right now, so we're getting closer to when I get started. But of course, the real start is at 8. But I've been spending a bit of time right now just to get all of this shit to even work. I have another problem, by the way, and that is another issue is that I get copyright strikes playing my own songs. I get mails from YouTube saying that, for example, Tavern of the Damned or Razor Jelly Roger, like they have been claimed for copyright. So that's pretty stupid because I wrote them. So I fought the claims and see if that does anything to better the situation. But I don't think so, because even somebody like Rick Beato, who has a massive channel, has been fighting this and hired lawyers and shit. So I don't trust in that getting anything better. But now we're at 12 viewers, so it started to get pretty. Well, now we're 9. I guess I said something, then 3 of them ran away. I don't know. So while we're waiting, what should we do? Any ideas what to do while we're waiting? Just waiting for some more people to show up. Guitar sounds great. Thank you, thank you. Well, I wouldn't say it's the guitar, it's whatever I connected to. Right now I have lots of effects, but I'm running it through my Tonex in the Cubase. So right now I'm playing through a plugin, but it's the same sound as I use in my Tonex that I normally would record with. Well, it's not so easy to just tour somewhere. Everyone in the band has other things to do. There's not time or money to do tours even within Sweden or Europe. So yeah, a lot of money involved that we don't have, I guess. Right now we're struggling just to get to Portugal. There was an autocorrection issue when we booked the flight tickets, which was unfortunate. And then yesterday we called the flight company to have it changed, and they asked for, what was it, like 60 euro to change the name. There's more things that just drains money all the time. And we're going with Ryanair, and Ryanair are a bunch of assholes. Well, they are not. Well, they are, kind of, but I mean, they're right in what they do. If they put a limit on, like, oh, it needs to be this size and this weight, of course, you gotta be stupid to go there with something that is bigger if you know about it. But the problem is that they are requirements are smaller than most of the other ones that we can go with, so it's difficult to get our guitars even within a reasonable like luggage or anything. And then we have then we have other live equipment that we need that just barely fits under the weight. When we went to Czech Republic for Metal Festival, there was no problems at all. We just packed everything, just made sure it was right under the size and everything, size and weight, and everything worked out. That's how it has been for the most part, unless when you go with Ryanair. So in the future, I really want to avoid Ryanair, but they are the only option that we have at the moment. So. There we go, a little bit of improvised riffs while waiting. We were above 10 and now we're at 8. So I guess can't really trust on this number to get much bigger, but I will still wait a little bit. So everyone who is like interested in this, just write in the chat Pimp Trust. Hello from not from Drunk Tank currently, but this before. And also he was singing on this. He was singing back. Pim Trust in the chat was singing some background vocals on this album right here. So shout out to Pim. Yeah. So we and then we have 11 right now. I don't know what number we should wait for before I think it's worth starting, because this is the first time I do this. I'll probably do more of this because you know what? Here I will tell something, and that is that I'm very bad at being disciplined on practicing my own material before live shows. And recently, with this stream in mind, I've actually practiced the songs way more than I usually do. Like I practiced them when I was setting up I was setting up the stream yesterday, so I actually went through the songs. Then there was another stream, I think, where I went through some songs as well, just setting up the things and in order for this stream, and then I may not be practicing them much more after this, but I'm gonna stream when at least close to live shows and stuff. Mostly because I like to show off what setlist we have in advance, because let's be real, we're not Iron Maiden or Manowar or something like that, where like everyone in the audience knows the entire discography through and through. So what we do is, or what I would like to do is, I like to spoil the setlist in advance. So whoever goes there, they know what songs we're gonna play, basically. I also look up, for example, if I go to see a band, I usually look up the setlist as well, like on what is it, setlist.fm. That's a page where people are uploading the setlist of bands and stuff. I was checking, for example, when Europe played here close to where I live, I looked up the setlist there because I'm not super listen to Europe as a whole, but Mina is. So we were checking that out together so I could learn a bit songs that I was missing out on, basically, which made the live show more enjoyable for me, because then I heard some of the songs that I have not heard before. And same goes for hello Raphael Kemp. Um, another thing, I was also checking out Manowar setlist before we went to see Manowar in Stockholm just recently, and there was well, they did not play that entire setlist. There was something going wrong. Joy DeMaio was pissed off and was cutting through songs, doing this, like looking angry at the others, walking off stage, being away for a while, and coming back, and then they started off. They were playing The Oath, for example. So yeah, that's pretty funny. They went into the whole verse or something, I think, and then they just cut the song and started over because Joy DeMaio was angry. Right, I have some new. I need to go down here, but news about your record here in Brazil. I'm not really sure what the question is about. If you mean like news about the upcoming album recording or something, not really ready to talk about that. Going on, I guess. Too early to talk anything about that. But then we have G and A. Say, what's up, Sed? I'm a huge Blazon Stone fan from the US. Cool, thank you. I learn all your stuff on guitar. Well, then we have quite a lot of things to learn then, because there's, well, if you mean all your stuff, including other things that is not Blazon Stone, then there's gonna be a huge undertaking to to do. But I appreciate that you try to learn it. So maybe if you're watching along here, you can see some things that I'm doing. And I will also, I'm not just going to play the songs and like from start to finish. If anybody has any questions about the songs or anything, I can probably answer between, because there's a few things that I want to mention anyway on a few songs. For example, Ladies of Jolly Roger, Raiders of Jolly Roger. There are like a few things that is different from. Like, there are some things that I might mention that I do different live on the solos or whatever, and also I will also tell if you might notice that I'm going to improvise at least 2 solos. I think in Endless Fire of Hate, and I usually also nowadays improvise the solo for Hang Running Quarter. That usually goes like this. And then something. The thing is that it's not that I'm incapable of playing that solo, it's just that somehow I tend to screw up at one point. I noticed that when I've been playing live, that I screw up at a certain point and I was like, screw this solo. I would just try to improvise it instead, because sometimes I like to improvise. Not every solo has to be exactly like on the record anyway. Then we have Yuke Martilla saying, what humbuckers you have in that guitar? In this particular guitar I have, let's see if I still have the, no I don't. There's Iron Gear Metal Machine, I think I have them also. I also have the what do you call it? The Iron Gear Metal Machines in this. I bought them because they were cheap basically. And I also have this. And here is my like Ibanez RG twins basically. One real RD550 and one that I have been building myself from different parts. Well, like I've assembled it from different parts. There's like a cheap Ibanez body called Gilbert neck, and then I installed an Evertune bridge on it. So I just wanted to have something that looked like my RD550 but has the Evertune. So that's the purpose of this like Ibanez twins. But yeah, to answer the question about the humbuckers, reverse headstock. says Pim. I would say that reverse headstock looks cool, but I prefer regular headstock because it's easier to change strings if needed. Because if I'm using this, if I'm using a string winder like this, it's not falling off, but from here you have to hold it on and it gets a bit awkward. And I'm not the biggest fan of like 3/3 like on a Les Paul or whatever, but you know, I don't change strings that much. I'm lucky enough where my fingers does not sweat that much, so I think these strings could very possibly be a whole year old and they still feel okay. But yeah, reverse headstock for the looks, yes. Yeah, it looks super cool. I have the same on these other cheapo Ibanez. Also reverse headstock here. So this is the neck from the body that this is a neck from the body that I put on that one, and this is the Paul Gilbert body, and that is the Paul Gilbert neck. So I just swapped them out because I just felt like doing that. So just like messing around with guitar parts. But wow, we are 20 people watching right now. Oh, that's actually exceeding my expectations. I need to read the chat a bit more because the screen is very small, so I cannot really read it when I'm standing alone away. Your live version is different. Wait. My live version is, yeah, I mean, I count the studio version of songs as like the standard or original. Then if I do something different live, then that's different, yeah. We have John Devine. Will you go to Wacken next year to see Running Wild last live show? It's too expensive, man. Can't afford it at this moment. I rarely have money to go to see like bigger festivals like that. Like whatever money I have, I put into my music. Basically, it's like playing live is actually quite expensive because you don't really always make that much money. Often you lose money going play on festivals. You can be lucky and make a bit of money, but for the most part, it's a losing business. But so I try to be as conservative as I can with my money when it comes to that. Unfortunately, it would be cool to see them if that's their last show, but come on, man. They're not the first German band to say that it's their final show. Like, look at Scorpions. But in this case, okay, they did their Wacken 2009 farewell show, and they were like, this is our final show, and then they came back just a couple of years later. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out. If it actually is what they're. But I will remove a little bit of low end on the microphone, I think. I think it sounds better now. It's not as boomy. I think it was being boomy a bit. Maybe it'd be too sharp. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so we're all catched up here, I suppose. 18 viewers. We are a little bit behind right now at 60 minutes over 8. So I guess it gets closer to the time where I actually start going through the songs. And yeah, if anybody has questions about a certain song or something, just hit it in the chat and I will answer it right after, okay? So I will play the set list now, and those that are interested can write it down or something. I will probably write it down on. I will probably make timestamps in the video or something. Let me get some water. Joa Speedy Santos is here. I will, hello. I will just drink some water, then I will read your message. Cannot read from here. My eyes are actually confirmed to be pretty good by the eye doctor, but right now it's just straining. Hi, said, looking forward to watch Bronze and Blazon Stone next Friday. Ah, yeah, you're showing up there. Okay, cool. Hope to see you soon. From Metallicos. Sorry, I will not try to pronounce that. Okay, I can try. Caninhos Metallicos. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's go for the first song. Lucky guy seeing Shed 2 times. Yeah, I have to run from one stage to the other and pack everything down and go up to the next stand. That would be interesting. Okay, everybody ready? We have 23 watchers. Going for first song on the set list, Raiders of Jolly Roger. Is it just me or is my guitar very quiet? Yeah. Hey, oh. Hey, oh. Let's go. Yeah, Run Wild actually played that one on the Black and In tour, I think. It's a pretty cool clip of Run Wild playing Blitzkrieg Bop. Yeah, and by the way, just a little heads up here. You are going to hear some click tracks sometimes, because sometimes I need to be on time, and in my practice project here, I do have some click tracks when there's like, if there's any pauses where there's only guitar or intros where there's only guitar, I need to be on track where there's nothing. Otherwise, it would be really hard to start in time or be in the middle of a pause sometime. Okay. still think my guitar is a little bit inaudible, I think. I will fix it with some EQ, I guess. Okay, I just made it a little bit brighter, sharper. Maybe that cuts through it. For the purpose, at least. Greetings from Argentina, you're awesome, Scurvy from Good Airs Chieftain. Hello, and also we have Gregos J here. Hello everyone. That was the first song, that was Raiders of Jolly Roger. Yeah, I needed to do that just to make it audible. My goal was to have it kind of balanced with the other guitar like it is live, the same sounds. But I noticed for a stream like this, it's not about having a regular balance. It's actually we want to hear what I'm doing, not what the pre-recorded other guitar is doing. It's just there to be a bit like filling out the sound a bit. So I will, Jolly Roger, I will go straight to the next song, I guess. Hey, my band is called Jolly Roger. Okay. Cool. E flat tuning does always sound good. Yeah, unless the thing is that we have always recorded and played like before with E standard, which is like, but as of lately, we decided to start to half step down live. It really helps out both Matthias and Erik with singing. It strains their voice a little bit less, and it makes them sound more powerful actually. So why not just make it easier and better? And also because normally speaking, I would always prefer to have E standard. That's my favorite tuning. But if it makes life easier for the singers, then why not just have it that way? Okay, yeah. Yeah, a little extra there for G and E. True, but for vocalists it's better. Yeah. Well, it depends. If all the melodies are lower down, then you can tune up, you know. But like Scorpions and Bonjour, a half step down for live shifts. Yeah. Greatest all-time riff. Okay, nice. Thank you. Melody, maybe. Yeah, cool. I will go for the next song now, which is Bohemian Renegade, and this is one that we might switch out for future live shows, but for now we have it in our routine, so let's just go with it. You're using a VST for tone, or right now I'm using a VST, but wait, I will just show here. I have the Tonex here, and the hardware version, but I'm actually using the same sound that I would be using in this one, but as a plugin in Cubase. It's because, well, I want some automation on the live stream, so instead of going with the MIDI or something into this, I just wanted to do it with everything within the DAW, basically. Yeah, I have the Tonex pedal. I also have the Tonex 1, the mini one, as bass, actually. Sartai Hansball. Tonex, nice. Rappantine, hello sir. Rafael Kemp. I love No Return from Hell. You could play this song live. I will play a little bit of it. how does it go? No, that's another song. I don't remember. There's a little bit of I don't know if it was the right key or anything. I haven't played that one in years. Beating the Reaper. That's another one that we could yeah, Cheating Reaper. That one I've been is automation possible with Tonex as well? That's amazing. If yes, you can automate. You have MIDI in here, so if you want to use the MIDIs here, just put MIDI from a computer or a live player or anything that can send the MIDI notes, and if you have click track and you play with that live, then yes, you can automate it. Wave Breakers ever been played live? No, it has not. But it's like the dude, all your riffs are so amazing. I'm so jealous. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks. This guitar is so sick. Yeah, at this point this is too sharp. But we did that because in the first song my guitar was not audible enough. So okay, wait, let's go for the next song now, and then we can chat a little bit more after that. Okay. Bohemian Renegade. Renegade. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to see the chat as well. Renegade. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think my guitar is a little bit inaudible, isn't it? I will raise it up a little bit, okay? Renegade. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was
Soldier Blue.
Bohemian Renegade, and if anybody's interested, I can show two things that I was doing different from the album version that I know of. First of all, that solo is not. First of all, it's not mine. Emil plays the solo, but when I was preparing the songs yesterday, I was like, I just improvise something there. So that was not an attempt at his solo. I hope you play in Indonesia and hope to see you in Finland someday. Yeah, anywhere that we can play, that would be awesome, of course. But I will just go through a couple of songs. This is nerd level about guitar here. So this is really. Sometimes I record in a way which I think sounds better, but then when I have to play it live, I sometimes do something that is easier to play. So for example, on the chorus of this one. Okay, so that main part there, Bohemian Renegade. By the way, I cannot sing fully here because I live in an apartment. I cannot scream in the apartment, so if I'm singing, I'm going like this. So what I do differently is that on the recording I play it like this, but live I do it like this, because it's easier to do this when you're looking out and you go, rather than. You see, I already missed one note there. It's impossible. It's easy to do. So that's one way I have changed it live, basically, just to make it easier to play live. There's also some other things, like for example, during the solo, in the first half, when we play the solo, I can play that part just to show where we are. You bass, come on! Okay, so that part. What I do differently there, because on the live version, when I play live, I should have done this on the recording as well. But sometimes you don't, sometimes you realize things later than sometimes you realize some things too late, basically. So where do I have this? So like, I will mute the other guitar. And in the first half, I play it like this. But on the other one, when the double bass starts, I actually... That's not how it is on the original, but sometimes I do that live just to change up some things. I do that with Chainless Spirit as well. Anyway. Have you ever used a single coil pickup in your songs? Yeah, sure. Well, also that depends on what we mean with single coil pickups, because at this moment I only have one real thing. Well, I have two real single coils, but usually I don't use I use single coils for cleans. These are not real single coils, so these are EMGs. So technically they are humbuckers, but with a very single coily sound. Because the active pickups cannot be real single coils. But they sound really nice. They do what I want from a single coil sound, so nothing to complain about. Or another real single coil I actually have is on this cheapo guitar I found on a second store the other day, and I put Ibanez RD pickups in it from a Ibanez RD pickup pick guard. But this thing call is actually pretty nice in some way, I guess. But not gonna use that now, and usually only for cleans, by the way. However, if you're playing like some leads, then the single coil neck pickup can be really cool. I don't have it on this one though, but for another time. But yeah, we are only on the second song. I guess I will Ibanez pickers on that guitar. That's amazing. Yeah, why not? So like this guitar right here. Yeah, this is a very cheaper guitar. I refretted this guitar and made it feel better to play, and it's actually quite usable. And just because you seem to be surprised by this, I'm gonna use this one for later when I play the bronze set list, because this one is in E standard. Yeah, I really like to use this one lately because I like to so-called rescue cheap guitars and fix them up and get them to feel better. I have a couple of other cheap guitars around here that are perfectly usable. I was actually thinking about getting this black one to Portugal this weekend. However, the tuners are not super good. Some are super stiff and some are too loose, and some don't really respond when you turn them. So when you're playing live, you need to have as reliable things as possible. I will this is the age of crappy guitars. Yeah, I will probably change the tuners on that one at some point because I really like the guitar. So at some point I'm definitely gonna use it live. When I found the guitar, I was like, yeah, wow, this guitar is awful, because the neck was banana crooked. It was super nasty, but not super nasty. I have had dealt with other guitars more nasty than that. I actually, when I was worked practicing on a second-hand store, we got the bass into the electronics department. We clean up electronics and then the second hand gets them to the store and sell them. We actually got a bass, a left-handed bass, and I was like, oh, fun, cool to fix up a bass. And then it turned out all this white paint that I thought was covering the bass. I thought they had been painting a room or something, and they had been dripping from the brush or something. It turned out that was all bird poop. And there was also a big bass amp included when the truck came with the stuff from their house, and the amp was also covered in this so-called paint, bird shit. In other words, that was pretty nasty. But I cleaned it up and they sold it. So where are we? We are at the third song, and I can explain why Return to Portugal is the third song, because Raiders of Jolly Roger and Bohemian Renegade are quite forgiving for the drummer to play, because they are not the fastest songs, they are not the most crazy on the double bass, but then Carl is warmed up, and then we want to go with then we want to go with Return to Portugal, because I figured out that should always be on the set list. I think many people might be disappointed if we don't have Return to Portugal, which is basically the first song on the first album, and we skipped that song for many shows until we did a show with the original singer Eric Nordqvist, and I figured out let's bring this one to the set list with Matthias as well. Matthias being in other words the official singer, so to speak. So just that. Before I had it fixed, my old Carvin had 4 different brands of tuners. So I guess if you want, you can explain why you changed 4. Oh wait, you mean that it had 4 different brands, like one Goto, one Jackson, one Gibson, or something, like randomly put on it. That's pretty cool in one way. It gives it a bit of a like a crappy punk vibe. But a Carvin, I guess, should be treated a bit more respectfully, because Carvins are. I've never tried a Carvin, but from what I know, they are pretty good stuff. I assume yours is from the 80s or something. Anyway, we need to move on a little bit so we don't get stuck in me just rambling. So let's see here. I will go for the next song, which is
Port, Royale. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Holy shit! That was way too much. That was way too much delay on that.
Port, Royale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Port, Royale. 1, 2, 3,
Let me try again. I was looking at the chat and I got this, well, yeah, distracted. Okay, so a couple of points here. I do not do that.
2, 3, 1.
I don't do that that harmony live. I just did it now for fun. So no, that is not that does not happen live. There was also another thing. I noticed that there is a bit too much delay effect, and maybe it is a bit longer between. That would be better. No, there's no harmony on the record. I just did it now for fun. One thing that we will actually start to do live a bit more is that so far I have played almost all the the lead guitar, so like the melodies myself. Like for example, many songs. But eventually I actually want to start having octaves together with Emil live. So instead of him playing just the... If he, instead of him just playing the chords, he might do an lower or higher harmony on... No, not harmony, but an octave. So like I will play this. And he will be playing... For example, that's something we have been talking about, and it can be implemented at any point. It just actually sounds much cooler, and he gets more things to do than just playing the chords. But yeah, I was screwing up a little bit on the solo, so let's go over that one again just by myself, okay? I'm not good at sweeping, but this is kind of a cheating. Okay, a little bit better, but yeah. Let's see here. Let's go for the next song. If you have anything to say, you can. Wait, I will read what was written during the. Someone had destroyed the tuners and replaced it with whatever they had laying around. Yeah, exactly. It carving V220. Yeah. V220. I'm gonna Google it. I just want to see how it looks. Okay, so it's one of those kind of like X shapes. Isn't that one that didn't like the Racer X? Well, Paul Gilbert, didn't he have something like that? Or was it the other guy? Or was it somebody from Cacophony? I don't know. I recognize that shape from some shredder guy at least. So next up on this list is Wandering Souls. I guess I will just get started playing on this one. In this one, I actually switched it around so that Emil actually plays most of the lead guitars, and I play most of the chords. But we also started implementing some parts where we do like octavize, not harmonize, not octavize. We're not harmonizing. That would be thirds or fifths. But we're instead of which is something that I think is pretty cool. But yeah, if somebody wonders. And also he plays the main solo, which is actually written by Pancho Island from Merciless Law. But when I was preparing these tracks, I didn't know that solos. I was just playing whatever I felt like. So anyway, let's go for Wandering Souls.
Wandering Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The other guitar is muted. What the hell?
Wandering Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
Pain,
I
the
lost myself a
spirit.
little bit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I have not figured out how to stop between songs automatically. Well, at some point I can do that, but at this point I'm just letting it go. Anybody wants to know how to play this tapping thing? Wait, for live shows, do you run click string tracks off a laptop? I've been using a tablet, but having issues getting enough volume to hear the click over the drums. Do you mean that you are? I assume that you that you have headphones and not just a tablet on the stage. But in that case, you need to have headphone amplifier. But yeah, we do use click tracks live, but we don't use a laptop at the moment. We use a live player, a Semantic live player. Like a I don't have it here, but this is a USB stick with all the material for Bronze and Blazon Stone for Portugal. We have both setlists here with click track for the drummer, click track for us, for the guitarist, and MIDI automations for the guitar sounds, all that stuff. And yeah, there's also nowadays Semantic live player is not in production anymore. There's Idoro P1 and M-Beat Track Live or something. They do the same thing. They have multi-tracks out. But if you're using a tablet, I assume that you have just what do you call it? Yes, I'm using a self-mixed EM rig. I guess some sort of headphone amp would be fixed. I think so. If you don't get enough volume from that, you need to have something to crank it a bit more. Okay, we have George this time, not Zippis, okay? Here we go again. How is it? So yeah, we are at the 5th song right now. We have been playing Radio Jolly Roger. And we have been playing Bohemian Renegade. And Return to Portugal. And we have been playing, what was the song right after that? What was the one that I just played? Wandering Souls. Okay, so wait. How do you load those click track and MIDI syncopation SSM from that USB stick? Do you carry the no, not DOF, it's just the WAV files. I've been exporting click tracks as individual mono WAV files. So we have 6 tracks in the live player. I can show a picture on the stream from the Semantic that we're actually using. Oops, I'm gonna add a picture here. Image. File. Put it. There. This is a Semantic live player. As you can see, it has lots of different outputs here, actually more than you ever need. It has 16 outputs right there. And the first track is the backing track. If you have like extra like backing vocals or sound effects or anything, that comes out through or intros, like for example in know, like in Hang Drawn and Quartered or something like that. We have some that on the intro, for example. And then we have on channel 2, we have the click track for the drummer. And that is a click that goes all the time for the drummer. We don't have the click track all the time because on the third track we have the click track for the guitarists, which is only during intros. For example, and then the drums comes in and our click track stops. But that is its own separate track on output 3. And then for the rest of the 6 ones that we have a drum click and vocals and bass. In case the drummer is not there, a bass player is not there for rehearsals, obviously. If we don't have a drummer or bass player or vocalist on the rehearsals, we can use that when we're rehearsing, so that when we are playing along to the songs, we can still listen to the vocals and stuff. But and then of course this one also has the MIDI in and out, so it automates our guitars live. So that's very nice. It's don't have to step on a bunch of pedals to change sounds. You can just stand wherever you are on stage, and yeah, that's very handy. Linda Astrid is here. That's my dad, actually. Hello. Hello, Papa. Hey, Papa, kanske man säger. Yeah. But yeah, I need to rip Semantic LP16. Those things go for crazy money when they show up on eBay. Yeah, they do. They are very like expensive nowadays. However, I would say that if anybody wants to use something like this, you might as well go with the Idore P1 or the M-Beat or whatever they're called. The other options that are actually available nowadays. The other band that I'm playing live with on bass right now, called Vipera, they just bought an Idore P1, so we're going to use that one a bit live in future. I will try that one out, see how it goes. That's basically. Oh yeah, you explained it for me. Wait, how do you load the yeah? So let's go for the next song here, so we get somewhere, because this went on for way longer than I thought. So we are at song number 5, and what is that?
Soldier Blue. 1, 2, 3.
Let me go for that solo again. I screwed it up a bit. Okay, I whooped it up there in the end, so I will go for another round for this, the final part. Hello, Maxi Levin. By the way, I need to mention something about you know, while I'm already like going into some what do you call, anecdotes about certain songs. There's a certain thing in this song that I want to mention right now, especially now when my dad is here, Blind Astrid. Earlier in the chat, Pim Troost said, "Hey ho, let's go." So I was playing. And there is actually a fully conscious little detail in this song that is actually a little, what do you call it, a borrowed thing from Blitzkrieg Bop. And I want to show you that because my dad's favorite band is Ramones. So I assume, unless it's Dickies, one of those. Anyway, we have... I need to show you this because there's actually a little Blitzkrieg Bop, what do you call it? Little wink wink in Solar Blue. If you check the chords here. So in this part here, listen. First I will play the just the melody. Okay. But now I will play the chords and look at this. That chord progression is actually what like half time. Yeah. But we play like this. Listen to this to the Dickens after the streams yesterday. Yeah, nice. But yeah, I just needed to show that because yeah, that's a little hidden nugget. I usually put some hidden nuggets in my songs a little bit here and there. Yeah, little winks. So and yeah, one of my favorite chord progressions. Yeah. One of those little things, you know. There's more winks in many songs. At some point, I think I'm gonna do a video where I just go through like a bunch of like we call it like references or winks to different bands and like because I think those types of things are pretty cool. I mean, if you're a fan of Gamma Ray, for example, Kai Hansen winks to Iron Maiden, even Manowar and The Sweet and a whole other bunch of songs throughout that he likes, and I do that too. A little bit more hidden. I mean, it's not that hidden when you have Blazon Stone that sounds like Running Wild. That's pretty obvious. But if we like ignore that fact, then we have a bunch of smaller details to other bands here and there. But yeah. Let's go for the next song. And what is that? High Treason. Let's see here. I will just go with this one. Okay, let's go. Okay, for those interested, I wrote and recorded the original guitar solos in this one, you know, like the actual guitar solo. But when we play live, I actually told Emil, hey, can you play this solo live? Because I wanted to play more rhythm guitar, so he's actually playing the main solo, and I just play. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
High Treason. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a bit difficult to go between Cubase and the browser, so I can see the chat and everything. So sometimes I miss it in the beginning.
High Treason. 1, 2, 3, 4. Peace or war? 1, 2.
So that was that, and Brent Key is saying he just bought a new phone and thinking that the bridge in Wavebreaker would be an awesome ringtone. What is that? Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, that would be pretty cool. I don't remember how it goes now, but splendid, yeah. I will go with the next up because I noticed that the time is running. I thought the stream would be over by now, my original, but I forgot that talking actually takes time. That adds a lot. Let's go for the next song. Which is Eagle Warriors, which has the most complicated riff or melody or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna show you how I recorded it on the album and now how I play it live. So originally I played it like this. But I found this position to be pretty difficult, so I switched it over here. I'm also skipping one note, unless you noticed. One note, unless you noticed. But that's just one note. Like, if I play it slow, I can show which one I'm skipping. That one before I go high. And the reason for that is because I need to have this finger here, and I cannot go with that one that fast, so I go like this. So yeah, instead of I'm skipping one note live. I think that's perfectly acceptable. And then I'm probably missing 98% of the notes anyway, because that part is just super complicated to play.
Eagle Warriors. 1, 2, 3.
I just forgot where I was. Wait, I'm gonna put a little thing here on the screen while we're playing this. This is just a stupid reference.
Eagle Warriors. 1, 2, 3.
Soldiers in the silver shining, pouring on those shores.
yeah, that was Eagle Warriors. And I will mention just a little thing that we do different, like for example in the chorus. In the album version, the guitar goes like this. But for live, we feel like one. Because then you can do more like gesticles and shit and interact with the audience. Stuff like that. So that's why I decided to simplify it instead of doing the 16 notes chugga. So yeah, that's that. Let's go for the next song right away. And also, Emil is actually playing my original solo live there, the main solo. I don't play that live. I asked him to, because I wanted him to have more solos. Now we get to this. Hang, drawn and quartered.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Singing here actually. Okay, so this one nowadays I usually improvise the solo and see how it goes. There's only 2 songs left on this setlist, so let's go for them right now.
Endless fire. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that is true. I think I was going through Tale of Vasa, but that one is not being played tomorrow, I think. No, it's not. Actually, I prepared a Tale of Vasa yesterday, but we're not playing it. So, that song for Blazon Stone, Stand Line.
Black bear. 1, 2. Stand your line. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A lot of brain fart today, for some reason. I usually don't screw up this solo, but to the... I don't know, it's a bit... have an eye on the chat as well, so I guess I can blame that for today. Okay, that was it for Blazon Stone. I'm going to put. Okay, I'm done with Blazon Stone, and now I'm going to try to get through the bronze set list fairly quickly. And as we talked about before, but now we have a problem. That is, my intention is to stand up and play these songs. I was talking about using this one because we were talking about the cheapness of this one and that it actually works, but this one does not have. I have strap locks here, and I don't have another strap at home, so I'm gonna play with another guitar, okay? I'll go with my main guitar here, this one. It says Cedric there, so it's quite obvious that this is the one. And also for those that have not seen it yet, I can show you the backside of it. Yeah. It's the best guitar I have, and it's the worst looking as well. Yeah, there's some people saying good night now, but that's fine, that's fine. Pim and Satai. Yeah. So we will see here. We'll catch. Yeah, there will be more. There will be more streams. It's not super in tune, but it's too in tune enough for what I'm doing now. So I will start now. First, I need to load the project in Cubase. I'm still figuring out how to best. I changed in Cubase, and then I realized that my voice going through Cubase which is not necessarily the best approach. It's not the best approach, but that's what I'm doing now. I need to remove a bunch of low end there. But yeah, it's not the best way to have your vocals set up to talk to the chat, but for now we just have to accept this half not great setup. Okay? Yeah. I was changing to another Cubase project from the Blazon Stone one where I had my vocals going through a channel, and now I'm in the Bronze live project, which I did not have a talking channel, but now I have one, so I should be audible. Okay, I will just go through these songs, not in any particularly correct order this time. I just need to get through the songs basically. And also no sound. Well, that can be changed. I need to actually connect my real Tonex now. Is that actually going to work? I don't know. I did not prepare this. Let's see. Does this come in? Let's see. I need to. Okay, I'm getting some sound from my guitar now. So there we go. And we'll see. Let's see if the guitar is too loud or something else is too low or something. There.
1, 2, 3, 4. Realm of the Damned.
That's the first song, so I'm gonna do now.
Realm of the Damned. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I really need to tune this guitar, I notice. Give me a couple of seconds here, I need to tune it. We're not on the ever tune right now. Okay, good. And then, and if anybody wonders why I could tune this Floyd Rose this fast, it's because it's dive only, but not up, so it's blocked here. So I don't have to like go through each string over and over to get all of them right. So if I get the first one right, I just go with them one in a row, basically. So let's see here.
Realm of the Damned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Realm of the Damned. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Go for the next song. Here, let's see.
Samurai. 1, 2, 3, 4.
was Samurai, Bronze, and now we go for another one with
Jackals of the Sea. 1, 2, 3.
I'm not doing my best today. Let's see.
Jackals of the Sea. 1, 2, 3.
At this point, I'm a bit stressed out because I thought that this stream would have been not going on for this long. So at this point, I will go through these songs, but I will go through them more like just on a rail.
Tyron spell. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Tyrant spell. So let's see here. Yeah. I'll go with full now.
Full. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I forgot which one it was. I'm starting to get tired here.
Full. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was full, and then my shoulder is starting to give out on me right now. I'll go through one song more.
Maze of Haze. 1, 2, 3, 4.
that again. Let's see here. I can do one more, but my neck is not. I have had a stupid back pain since I tried to lift a heavy thing a few days ago, and this doesn't really help. So I'll go with one more song before I stop this right now.
Leather, warrior, 1, 2, 3,
I fucked up the solo. Let's see. Let's see here. Hello, Harald Kruger. Yeah, I notice right now when I'm looking down on the guitar in certain angles, I get like a bad pain. So I'll be going through at least half of this set list, but I think also I thought I would be done within 1.5 hours or something, but now it's over 2.5 hours. What do you say? Is the microphone on? Off? No, it's coming in here. I can see in the obs. Yeah. And also people are responding to what I'm saying. The no sound is earlier when I changed between the Blazon Stone Cubase product to the Bronze Cubase product because the voice was going through Cubase. And when I changed to Bronze, there was no. Oh, anyway. Yeah, at this point, I just feel physically too. It's been a lot now to what to say, like to prepare for these shows, and my back is hurting, and it's not super bad or anything. It's just very distracting. And if I'm gonna be in shape for this show, I need to have at least some time off where I don't do things. to be able. I mean, I will probably. I will probably rock out through the pain anyway if I'm on stage. I'm not the only one in the band with a physical injury at the moment. Can I tell about it? Yes. Yeah, the same. Well, Mina, we had an accident in the rehearsal room. On the was it yesterday? Okay, 2 days ago. The drummer put a microphone stand away into the storage area, and then Mina was coming to pick something there, and the microphone stand just bludgeoned her foot. And a lot of the skin was peeled right off, and it looked pretty ugly. And it was hurting a lot, and it doesn't help having shoes on, like bending the foot, and that bears like where the skin was supposed to be is getting, what do you call it, like frictioned, something like that. It's not nice, and it's a perfect timing for being on stage where you want to be moving around as much as possible. Right now my neck pain is weird. It's only in certain locations. Anyway, I'm not gonna sit here and complain all day, so thanks for watching. I think I went through most of this. I can do another one before we play in Madrid, because I need to practice the songs anyway. And I could start a bit earlier. What about that? I can start a bit earlier, and maybe I will just sit down and practice, because my idea was now to like actually try to go through it. But when I'm turning my head like this, it's like not nice. It's yeah. Yeah, the end of the stream is always the most awkward one. I don't know what to say except thanks for watching and all that stuff. And technically there was not so much issues this time. There was no sound when I switched between bronze and from Blazon Stone to bronze, but that was my fault for not putting up a voice channel in Cubase. But anyway, we have what? Yeah, I guess I will do that. I will say goodbye, and thanks for watching, all of you guys here. Max Evin, Harald Kruger, Bermuda 777, Good Ars Chieftain, Wellington, and then we have some people that left already. Sartaj, Hanspal, Pim Troost, and some other people. And also my dad was chiming in here for a little while. Blind Astrid is his label name actually, so that's my dad's label channel, I guess. So yeah, thanks for